So there's going to be times on this channel where I kind of just go into stories and stuff like that from my life in hopes that some people will take away some benefit from it. And while I think that shorter content with messages is good, this is kind of more my forte and more where I feel a little bit natural and in my element. But I want to talk about meditation in this one because it's one of the few things I think that's helped me out the most in my life, and it's a really simple concept. This started for me for some backstory about this. I've been going through one of the darkest periods I've ever been through in my life. It was like 2022 or three, like right kind of as COVID stuff was happening. I just got out of a 4-year relationship, and I was like the most depressed that I've ever been. And we had lived together the entire time we were together as well. And when something like that ends, it just really it's really rattling, especially with the attachment and everything from COVID. And there was a lot of probably I feel like codependency that came from that. And so I started working on my body a lot. Like for me, in order to get myself like healthy and fit, it normally starts with my body, getting my body right. And I felt like the mind is a little bit easier too. But for whatever reason, that wasn't happening for me this time. And so I was actually reading a book about Buddhism, and I was reading some articles about meditation, and there was some sources that were saying that meditation can improve or reduce the effectiveness of like depression and anxiety by up to 20% in some people, which I thought that was pretty fascinating. And I don't think that's like a hard fact or anything. It was just something I read in an article. I mean, like, again, this is a while ago. And in the book they were constantly talking about meditation, and I was like, whatever, I'm gonna try it. I'm just gonna be open-minded enough to try it. So I did. And I'm not gonna lie, man, it feels weird as hell at first. Like you're just kind of like, what am I doing, man? Especially because I have really, really bad ADHD. And I never did it when I was like sitting. I always did it laying down because it felt more natural to me. But it was crazy what ended up happening actually. If I could boil down like one of the most beneficial mental work things I've ever done in my life, it would be meditation. And like when I first started doing it, I could not for the life of me like stop thinking about things. And there was another cool article that came up that I read about meditation. It's basically what it is like imagine yourself sitting backward and your brain just like actively working, like throwing random thoughts like a conveyor belt. And all meditation really is you allowing yourself to be the person watching that happen. And when I started doing that and stopped taking a lot of the pressure off of myself to perform or to not think as much or whatever, it started to naturally decline for me, and it gave me a better idea of how my brain works. Like really, your brain is just an idea generator. That's really all it does. It just throws out the most random shit sometimes. And I think meditation is cool because it teaches you to not to have an emotional reaction to that happening, or to also show you that not all your thoughts are like your thoughts. Sometimes it's just kind of random. And as I practiced it more, it's really interesting how you get deeper into it. But I really did start to feel my mental health improve substantially. I felt my anxiety decrease, my depression decrease. And this was all just from doing it 2 or 3 times a week, 10 minutes a night was all. And then I eventually moved up to four nights a week, and I would do 10 minutes a night. And I came to the realization ultimately that like all meditation really is just practicing and allowing your brain to stop thinking, just like practicing not thinking. And it's wild when you think about that, like physiologically and conceptually, like how beneficial it is for us to like tell our own brains to just stop. Um, and so if you're going through a rough patch and like you're working on a lot of stuff mentally, like you're eating well and you're like going to the gym and like you still have mental work to do, but you're not really sure what to try, I really feel like meditation is a good thing to try. And if you guys have any questions about like music you listen to or something like that, I have a playlist on Spotify I'd be willing to share that I really like. It's not like a Hertz playlist. It's by an artist named Tenno, a lot of the songs. But I highly recommend giving meditation a try if you're struggling because it helped me out a lot. Thanks.